Hi everyone, welcome back to my precious garden. I had other plans for today, but it started raining a bit, so there's one of the tasks I won't be able to do today, but I still can deadhead the roses and also take out all the diseased leaves because you don't want to leave that on. We have a very hot and humid climate in summer here, so they're all prone to black spots, some more than others, but I'm gonna show you how they look and what I'm taking out and what I do with the diseased leaves, and also talk about why it's important to deadhead roses. So come on in. This is what I'll need for this task. So first of all, some secateurs, something to get rid of the disease that you can have on there, and a pair of gloves. You can have not dirty ones, and a kind of dustbin, because then you just want to get rid of diseased leaves. You don't want to put them in your compost bin in the garden. So gloves are on, the secateur is clean, so let's go to the roses. For people who don't have roses yet, or the lucky ones who don't have disease on their leaves, diseased leaves look like this, for example, or like this, for example. And I also have lots of very healthy foliage, but you do want to take out all of this. So I won't need the secateur for this. The secateur will be for deadheading things like this, where I already took the roses off. As I'm happy that it's raining, I really hope it doesn't rain more heavily than this, otherwise I won't be able to continue. So let's see. See, it's a very easy process. You just take out diseased leaves. If you see some on the ground, you try and take them out too. So that's something that takes some time, but you really need to do this to help the plants, and so that the disease doesn't spread too much on all the leaves. I'm taking the most diseased ones. If there's a few little things, see, the gloves are there for a reason. Yeah, so a few leaves on the ground, but I'm just gonna continue doing this and show you how it looks after that. Oh, and also by doing this, it makes you have a proper look to your plant and see if there's any sawfly larvae or any other problems you need to address. So can look tedious, but it's also a very good thing to be able to just have a proper look to your plants. I also try to take out leaves that been munched like this, not like the damage made by the leaf cutter bee, because these are okay. This, I'm just not sure what it is, and I don't want any kind of pest to spread on the plant. So just in case, I'm taking it out too, and I'm trying to make some better airflow into the center of the plant. It's done for Jazz Festival Rose. So now to tackle Isabelle Autissier, Lady of Charlotte, and I think these, oh yeah, just a few on Silas Marner, but not much. Nothing on Donahue. And let's see the other one with lots of problems. Yeah, no, it's gonna be okay. So mostly these two. I did find a few problematic leaves on Jeff Hamilton. This one, the branch was broken and dying on the plant, so I don't think this is good. I took it out, and now I'm seeing this in the center of the plant. So see, these one, you really need to take them out. In Isabelle Auticier's case, I have a lot of dead leaves under there, and this is not really good for the plant in this period, so I'm just going to take them out. Something to remember is also just trying to do your best. Sometimes you won't be able to access some zones, like just near the wall back there where there are some diseased leaves, but I'm just not going to go there completely. So I'm doing my best, and in the meantime, can we just appreciate the beauty of Lady of Shalotte's blooms? Look at this. How gorgeous. Okay, so now I've done my absolute best. It's not perfection, but we don't want perfection. Just be careful with you if your roses are thorny like mine. Sometimes gloves are not enough, they attack you higher up. So yeah, just be careful. But what I've done while I was back there is taking out some of the ground cover that was going over the rose. So this one and this one are gonna be much better like that. So now that I'm a complete mess, we're going to the fun part, deadheading. So it's a bit hard to try and show you with just one hand, but I've put some alcohol on it and I'm gonna rub the cicadas with. It's done. I might have to invest in a tripod and maybe a wireless mic, but for today that's how we're doing it. So we're gonna start with Deadheading Jazz Festival. Recently in real life I've talked with people who said they were a bit overwhelmed by how to take care of a rose, because some people say, yeah, when you deadhead you have to go back to some sort of set of leaves, and but which one and when. And so when you have some roses like this one that just tell you, see, so normally you have your spent bloom, and then you have the first leaves, but it's not 5 leaves, and you're supposed to go down to the first set of 5 leaves. And that's exactly where the new growth is coming from. Can you see? This is some new growth. There's some there, there's some there, but on this one there's some even higher. So I could cut just before, but if I cut there, it's going to be fine too. So don't overthink it. If you see some new shoots, that could be a nice place to cut it. Also, if you have this nice bouquet of flowers, if you want to cut it back lower to have some nice stem in your vase, you can. You just have to cut it back just on top of some leaves, just around there, and not flat, preferably on the other side so that the water can flow when it rains. But that's it, quite easy. So for this one I'm gonna cut just there. Hop. So with one hand it's not easy, but normally with the second hand I take the flower. So I'm gonna do the other ones. This one I'm hesitating if I cut it back here or back there. Maybe back there. I wanted to show you the collared dove that you heard at the end of the previous segment, but it's hiding just in there. So one other thing I wanted to mention about deadheading your rose bush is that you just want to keep in mind that you want something a bit at the same level to make it look nice when it's a rose bush. If it's a climber, you might want to have different levels. It depends. You have to try and experiment. Just a reminder, deadheading is necessary during the season because otherwise, if a flower like this is spent and left on the bush, the rose has the information that now it needs to go to seed. So it will focus its energy on making this a rose hip and not on producing more roses. The rose would think, if it thinks, my job is done, now I need to go to seed. So if you want more flowers until the first frost, then you need to deadhead. On the other hand, at the end of summer, if you want some rose hips on your plant because they're nice on this bush, I don't know for this one, but if you have one that you know, then you stop deadheading and they will just make rose hips. On another note, when you have this scenario, you don't want to cut all these flowers just because you have one spent flower. You just take it out either by hand or with your pruners. And usually when I'm out and about in the garden, I do it by hand, and then when I have a pruner like now, I just make a clean cut so that you just don't see it. And now that the deadheading is done on your first rows, you go back to cleaning your pruners. On this rose, Isabelle Autissier, I have different cases. I have this that I need to bring back down, there, everywhere. And I also have this long stem that can't withstand its weight. So I will have to think of what I want to do. And what I think is that I will need to cut it right back to a node, something like this, or maybe like this. When you see a line like this with a little point, it's where a new stem can grow from this cane. Maybe I could cut after this one so that the stem goes up, because there the stem would go where the little point is aiming to, so like this. So maybe this one should be a better idea, or maybe back there. I'll have to see where it's pointing to. So it's done, but it must be a mistake because now the stem is back up. So I think I will have to cut under there so it can grow from this point, otherwise it's just gonna go inside. So keep that in mind from my mistake. Just put the stem back on its original position and see where the cane bud is aiming to. And about this beautiful stem, I took it out because it was like the other. The weight of this was so big that it was going like this on the plant, so I've cut it back. I think it was this one, yeah. And so now it's gonna look just good. This one is still okay, so I'm leaving it, but then I will cut it back to the same height on this plant. And this is the bouquet I managed to make with 2 flowering stems of Isabelle Autissier. One is a bit spent, but the other one still has some beautiful flower buds, so see, that's nice. Deadheading and a bouquet. In the same area, I also have to take out the diseased leaves and deadhead Eustacia Vi. It's a beautiful rose, I really recommend it. So let's make a before and after. Before and after. And just in case it happens to you too, when you have a rose bush that sends long canes like this, what David Austin recommends is when the flowers are spent, you cut it right back to the rest of the bush to keep a nice shape. So that's gonna be it for this video, you guys. I hope you find this informative and enjoyable. If so, please leave a like or comment if you have any questions, and see you in the next one. Bye.